Right, ever come across this? Allen key completely rusty, doesn't come off. Have I got the tool for you? Hello and welcome to another Budget and Leggett video. Yes, this happens a lot. We get Allen keys that are rusty, even Torx that are rusty. You put an Allen key in there and it's just going to round. You have to start drilling it out and it causes all sorts of problems. It really simple job which should take 10 seconds to take off can end up taking hours upon hours. So I'm going to show you some new tools that you can get to take that off. Here we are. There's two new ones. This is for Torx, so any Torx that are rusty or rounded or anything. It's the HU45117, and then this is the Allen key version of it, which is the HU45116 is what we're going to be using today. Now, just let me get the right one, and you can actually see, the kind of twisted at the end. So let me just take it out of the package and I'll show you what they look like. All right, and here you go. So that's the Torx version of it. Kind of looks like an easy out. And it'll obviously just bite in there, and it just saves having to drill. It just saves all sorts of crap. Now, in certain cases, yes, you can put heat on things because heat helps. But now I'm replacing the ABS sensor, so I don't care if I melt the ABS sensor. But we could also do damage to the boot. We could also do damage to the bearing, the wires. So it's not really practical or anything to heat that with it being exactly where it is. So this is where these tools come in. And they're cheap. They are cheap enough for you to actually just buy them and leave them in your toolbox. Now these are the Allen keys. You can see how they actually are shaped. They're kind of like twisted at the end. So what I'm going to do is just going to clean that up a little bit more, get a wire brush in there and just clean it up a little bit. And we'll show you these bad boys working. I have a genuine bolt here. This is a genuine one. And this is what's very, very important. Get the right size Allen key before you start the job, because if you get the wrong size Allen key, especially in these type, well then you're going to be screwed. This is a 4mm. As you can see, the 4mm goes in here. Can we get that? 4mm goes in here and it feels good. So that's the 4mm in there, and it actually feels quite good. You might think, oh, okay, I'm going to start with that. But it's actually a 5mm. So if I was to put that in there and get the new one, it is actually a 5mm. So that is very important. So I'm going to have to clear out all that rust inside there and fit this 5mm in, because if I don't and I go with this, there's a chance I'm going to do even more damage. And that just goes to show you how much rust is built up in there, that this will not fit. This one feels like it's too big, and yet it's not too big. So that's why it's important to clean it up. Right, it is now in there. As you can see, it's nice and square. So that's just a wobbly bar that isn't, but the actual thing itself is nice and square. I'm going to now try and do this one-handed, which is really not what you do, because this could, there we go. Oh, I did try with another Allen key on the other video like you saw, and it just completely rounded. What I did do is, which is not great for your tools but it helps, is I got that and I hit this with the hammer to kind of shock that before I actually undid it, which can kind of help. But look at that. There we go. And you can see just how rusty that is. And like I said, the 5mm wouldn't fit in it initially. Only the 4mm would. But it would have done even more damage if I was to put the 4mm in. Might have still come off, but always best just to double check to make sure you've got the right one first. As you can see, look, right at the edges, that's where it grips. It's all rusty on the inside, completely rounded. And you just see the silver shiny bits there where it actually grips and allows you to get it off. That could have been a hell of a lot worse if I had to start drilling that out and re-tapping and doing all sorts of crap. Now, lucky enough, the bolt wasn't seized. That was never an issue. It was the head that was rounded. If you've got a seized bolt, then you've got other issues as well as a head rounded. But yeah,